Many of us are walking a path that feels heavy. You know the feeling, a kind of inner resistance, a drain on your spirit for no clear reason, which can make success feel distant or life seem clouded by a quiet unease. It's a struggle you can't quite see. But if you listen closely, you'll find that not all burdens are external. Many are carried within. And sometimes, the way to lighten that load is simpler than we think. There are foods, simple gifts from the earth itself, that have the capacity to cleanse our inner landscape, to help us find our ground, and to gently release the old patterns that have held us back for so long. Today, I want to talk about one such food, a food that, when welcomed into your life with quiet intention, can help clear the mind, dissolve feelings of scarcity, and quiet the inner disturbances we all face. When we hear the word food, we often think of the body. We think about vitamins and what we need to physically survive. It's practical, but it's only half the story. Very few of us stop to consider that what you eat doesn't just nourish your body, it also shapes your inner state. Think about it. Every seed holds the potential for a great tree. Every fruit carries the sunlight and the rain that grew it. These things hold a quiet wisdom, a kind of living signature from nature that was here long before us. Nature is alive, and it provides nourishment not just for our physical survival, but for our inner stability as well. When you understand this, you start to see why some meals can leave you feeling foggy, restless, or heavy, while others make you feel light, clear, and steady inside. Your mind and body are not separate. Ancient wisdom teaches us this simple truth. This is why so many traditions use mindful eating, herbs, and simple meals as part of their practice. They understood something fundamental: the body is the house for your mind. And if the house is cluttered and clouded, the mind cannot find its peace. When you fill your body with things that are pure and full of life, your inner world becomes a calm and steady place. Now, let's look at how inner disturbance works. It rarely arrives with a loud noise. It's much quieter than that. It finds the small openings in our awareness, the moments when we are tired or not paying attention. Think of a garden. When the soil is neglected and weak, weeds take root easily. It's the same with our inner world. When your awareness is low, when your body feels heavy from foods that are disconnected from life, you create an open space for negative thought patterns and anxieties to grow. You are more open to the influences that thrive in confusion. This is why the connection between what you eat and the state of your mind is so powerful. You can try to think positive thoughts, you can sit and breathe, but if the body itself remains heavy and agitated, the space remains open. But when you eat food that carries life, you are doing more than just feeding yourself. You are gently restoring your inner alignment. You are bringing a little piece of nature's simple harmony into yourself. Imagine for a moment a fruit that has grown slowly, warmed by the sun and washed by the rain. It carries the pure essence of its journey. When you mindfully eat it, you are inviting that clarity, that simple strength into your own being. It becomes a quiet reminder of your own resilience. This is why certain foods are so important when we are feeling stuck, lost, or caught in cycles of negative thinking. They help restore a natural balance to the body and bring a sense of ease to the mind. They awaken your own capacity for stillness. Observe how a small candle flame flickers in the wind, easily blown out. But a strong, steady fire is not disturbed. In the same way, when your inner world is calm and bright, restlessness has no place to settle. So remember this with every meal. You are either feeding the confusion or nourishing your clarity. Choose what is alive, what is pure. Your true steadiness begins there, from the inside out. And if this approach of finding strength through simple, everyday practices speaks to you, I invite you to join our community here. Take a moment to subscribe. Let's continue to walk this path of mindful living together. It's not about big, dramatic changes. It's about small, consistent steps. In our journey, moments of unease or patterns of limitation don't always appear like a storm you can see coming. They are often subtle, they are patient, and they look for instability. It's like how water finds a tiny crack in a stone. over a very long time, that small crack can become a big one. These unsettling forces work in the same way, looking for an opening in our lives. One of the most common openings is through the body itself. When you are tired, when you are not mindful about what you put into your system, when your body feels heavy and out of sync, you unconsciously create a space for this inner turmoil to take hold. You may have noticed this yourself. In moments of sickness or deep fatigue, fear seems stronger. Doubt speaks with a louder voice. Unsettling events just seem to happen more frequently. Look, this is not an accident. A body that lacks vitality is like a garden with a gate left open. Anything can wander in. Disturbance, old habits, and feelings of scarcity thrive where our own vitality is low. Their influence grows stronger when the vessel holding our awareness isn't cared for. That's why so many people who feel stuck often complain of being tired all the time, of restless nights, of an inability to find quiet even when nothing is obviously wrong. Their body has become an easy pathway for that inner noise to enter and stay. Now, just think about the foods most people eat every day. So often, they are processed, empty of life, and far removed from the soil they came from. Food like that might fill your stomach, but it doesn't truly nourish your spirit. It can weaken our natural defenses. It can dull our awareness. It puts our inner system in a low, heavy state. When you're in that state, it's so much easier for old worries to stick around, for unsettling thoughts to influence your mind, and for that feeling of inner heaviness to just settle in. And the quiet truth is, many people are struggling in their minds, wondering why the inner noise won't stop. But they overlook a simple fact: the physical gateway, their own body, has been left wide open. But just as the body can be a place of weakness, it can also become our greatest source of stability. When you strengthen your body with foods that are full of life, when you are mindful about what you allow inside, you make it very difficult for that inner disturbance to take root. Unhelpful thought patterns lose their grip when they can't find a place to attach themselves. Inner restlessness cannot thrive in a body that feels light, clean, and strong. Every mindful bite of pure, natural food becomes not just nourishment, but a quiet practice of inner care. That's why people who live in harmony with mindful eating and conscious living often seem to carry a certain stillness with them. They still walk through life's storms, but they remain steady. They face challenges, but old patterns cannot hold them back. Their body is not an entry point for confusion, but a temple that radiates quiet strength. If you truly wish to quiet the inner noise and release old cycles, don't only focus on your thoughts. Care for your body as well, because when the body is calm and strong, the mind becomes very still and clear. There are certain foods in our world that are meant for more than just quieting a hungry stomach. They seem to carry a meaning that goes far deeper. For thousands of years, across so many cultures, people have recognized the quiet power in specific foods. They have used them in practices of cleansing, of grounding, of finding stillness. These foods aren't just ordinary. They are symbols of something pure and new. They remind us that nature was designed with a certain wisdom, and within that design lies the ability to help us navigate the parts of life we cannot always see. Think of a simple plant. It has survived for ages, always returning with the seasons, always giving life without asking for much in return. It carries the memory of the earth within it, the strength of the soil, the clarity of the rainwater, and the light of the sun. When you consume something like that, it does more than nourish you physically. It helps awaken a quiet stillness in your spirit. It fills you with a simple, clean presence that negativity just can't endure, because it comes directly from nature itself. That is why some foods have been held as sacred. It's why they were shared during times of deep reflection and used to gently break old patterns of unease and inner shadow. The food we are talking about has long been seen as a purifier, a grounding force, and a symbol of protection. Not because of some magic, but because of the natural harmony it carries. When you eat it, you are connecting with generations of people who used its simple power as a tool against scarcity. as a cleanser of the spirit, and as a symbol of hope. This food becomes a quiet declaration that you will not be ruled by your fears, that your mind will not be controlled by confusion, that you will not live under a shadow of inner restlessness. Here is my invitation to you. I am the gardener of my mind. Say it to yourself. Feel the truth in it. Go ahead and write this simple phrase in the comments below as a commitment to nurturing your inner world, because that is where true peace is found. There's a good reason why this should be a regular practice, not just a one-time thing. Protection of our inner peace is not built in a single moment. It's cultivated through consistency. Just as the body needs steady nourishment to be healthy, the spirit needs steady reinforcement to stay clear. When you welcome this food into your life once a week, you create a rhythm, a cycle of renewal that gently resets your inner state and strengthens your awareness. It's like tending a small garden, making sure the soil is rich, pulling a few weeds, and giving it water so that life can flourish. This food becomes more than something you eat. It becomes a quiet reminder of your own inner strength, your clarity, and your capacity for peace. Each time you consume it, you are gently telling your inner self, I am clean, I am steady, I am grounded. It's not just about what enters your body, but about the gentle intention you bring to your life. So understand this simple truth. When you embrace this food of stillness, you are not just eating. You are choosing victory over the inner noise, over the feeling of being stuck, and over the grip of old disturbances. Inner peace doesn't happen by accident. Just like building strength in the body requires regular training, building strength in your spirit requires consistent practice. It's not enough to do something good for yourself one time and then expect the peace to last forever. Our old habits don't rest. Confusion doesn't stop looking for a way back in. That's why the simple habit of eating this chosen food once a week is so important. Think of it not as a rule, but as a discipline. A gentle way of reminding your body and your spirit that you will not let your guard down. You will not leave the door to your inner home open for any disturbance to enter. When you create this simple rhythm, something very profound starts to happen. You begin to live in a cycle of renewal. Every week, your body is not just nourished, it is also recalibrated with a sense of quiet strength. It's like gently adding fresh water to a vase of flowers, so they stay vibrant and alive. A single good intention can fade quickly, but an intention that is constantly renewed becomes so steady and bright that no inner darkness can overcome it. This weekly practice makes sure your foundation is never weak. It ensures your awareness is never lowered, and that negativity doesn't get a chance to settle into your life. So many people feel stuck because they start strong, but they lack consistency. They find a moment of peace when they feel desperate, but forget to continue the practice when life feels easier. Consistency is the simple key that separates a temporary sense of relief from lasting freedom. Eating this food once a week is not really about the food itself. It's about building a rhythm of mindfulness. It's about teaching yourself to remain aware and refusing to give old habits the chance to regroup and return. Think of your mind like a garden. If you tend to it one day and then abandon it for the next, the weeds will always find a moment when you are not looking. But if every week you tend to the soil, if every week you cleanse and strengthen yourself, the weeds will grow tired. Eventually, they will stop trying to grow. This is the simple power of persistence. It's not the big, dramatic efforts that protect you the most. It is the small, consistent actions, repeated with care over time, that create an unshakable inner stillness. Each time you follow this weekly cycle, you are declaring with your actions that inner confusion cannot rest in your life, that scarcity cannot bind you, and that old habits cannot claim you. You are not giving them a single moment of opportunity. You are maintaining your inner balance, keeping your spirit bright, and making sure your path stays open and clear. So understand this stillness comes to those who are consistent. Welcome this practice once a week, not as a ritual born from fear, but as a rhythm of strength. Because when you remain disciplined in your self-care, no disturbance, no old pattern, and no doubt can stand against you. The feeling of poverty is not just about a lack of money. It is a state of being, a condition of deep limitation, a belief that you are meant to struggle. It's that quiet resistance that seems to block opportunities, turn potential into scarcity, and close doors right as you were about to walk through them. Many people work so hard, but no matter how much effort they give, they see very little change. They try to save, but something unexpected always takes it away. They build, but something always seems to tear it down. Look, this is often not just bad luck. It is the effect of a deep pattern of negative energy working against them. And so often, this pattern is fed by inner disturbances and old beliefs that aim to keep a person trapped. But just as shadows cannot remain where you shine a bright light, this feeling of scarcity cannot remain where old inner patterns are gently dissolved. The food we are talking about does more than just nourish the body and calm the mind. It also begins to dismantle the hidden structures of scarcity in your life. When you eat it with intention, with awareness, and with consistency, you're not just filling your stomach, you are aligning yourself with a sense of possibility. You are quietly declaring that lack has no home inside of you. Negative energy patterns thrive in weakness, and scarcity is one of its greatest tools. It convinces the mind to accept less than it deserves. It weakens the will to keep trying, and it places a kind of fog over your eyes so that opportunities can't even be seen. But when the body is cleansed and the spirit is strengthened, that fog begins to lift. Suddenly, you start to see pathways that were hidden before. Ideas come to you with more clarity. Courage to take a step replaces the fear of stumbling. And step by step, the old feelings of limitation begin to fall away. This is why so many ancient traditions understood this link between our food, our spirit, and our sense of abundance. They believed that when you consume something pure, something full of life, it carries not just nourishment, but a kind of blessing. It restores your inner balance and attracts a natural sense of flow. And once that flow begins, scarcity loses its power, because true prosperity isn't just about what you own, it's an energy. It's about being aligned with growth, with opportunity, and with freedom. You might think, how can something so simple make such a big difference? But life teaches us that the greatest power often lies in simplicity. A small key can open the heaviest door. A single seed can grow into a vast tree that feeds many. In the same way, one simple act, done with consistency, can change the entire direction of your life. Eating this food once a week can be that act. It is a key that unlocks doors that a feeling of poverty has kept shut for a long time. So understand this truth. The moment you strengthen your mind and body, scarcity loses its grip. Abundance begins to flow. Eat with intention, and you will see that old patterns break, opportunities open, and life's blessings begin to find you. Life was never meant to be a constant struggle. You were not designed to live in a state of anxiety, always waiting for the next difficulty, the next setback, or the next wave of misfortune. You were designed to live with an inner strength, with clarity of mind, and with a sense of freedom. But to step into that way of living, you cannot just focus on the body or just focus on the spirit. You must bring them both into a state of harmony. When your body is cared for and your mind is clear, something remarkable happens. You begin to live in alignment. And from this alignment, a natural abundance flows. Abundance is not only about wealth, it's about peace of mind. It's about health in your body and a steady strength in your spirit. It's about walking into a room and knowing that the restlessness around you cannot touch your inner stillness. It's about waking up each day with clarity, with courage, and with the simple knowledge that your life is grounded and protected from within. This kind of life is not built in one day. It's built step by step, one choice at a time, week by week. And one of the most powerful choices you can make is to be consistent with the small actions that keep your spirit clear and your body strong. The food we speak of is more than nourishment. It's a reminder that you are connected to the earth, that you are not weak, and that you carry within you the strength to rise above anything that is sent to challenge you. Eating it once a week is not about the act itself. It is about the message you send to yourself and to the world around you. The message is simple and clear. You will not live under the grip of old patterns. You will not allow scarcity to write your story, and you will not let confusion dictate your future. You will live with freedom, and you will live with strength. Every week that you practice this gentle discipline, you are reinforcing that truth. You are carving it deeper into your very being. Over time, the fear that once held you begins to dissolve. The heaviness that once surrounded you begins to lift. The opportunities that once seemed so distant begin to appear right in front of you. Your life starts to carry a different kind of presence, one that naturally attracts peace, stillness, and prosperity. This is not a path of perfection. It's a path of persistence. You don't need to be flawless to live in abundance, but you do need to be consistent. Remember, a single drop of water, falling again and again in the same spot, can carve its way through solid stone. In the very same way, your weekly act of cleansing, your weekly choice for inner strength, will carve a path of freedom and blessings right through your life. This journey is a quiet promise to yourself. If you are ready to walk this path of strength and make this commitment to your own growth, I invite you to subscribe. Join us as we continue to explore this way of living. And never forget, when body and mind walk in unity, you become unstoppable, you become unshakable and unbreakable. Eat this once a week, and you will not only quiet the inner noise and release the grip of old habits, you will step into the fullness of the life you were always meant to live.